Euphemisms abound when it comes to the situation with the gay Superman series, the John Kent Son of Kal-El series. Is it cancelled? Is it moving on? Has it passed? Whatever's happening, it is the current series is ending after only 18 issues. Here's a article from the Post Millennial. After just 18 issues, DC Comics has decided to pull the plug on Superman, Son of Kal-El, which centered around John Kent, the now bisexual son of Clark Kent and Lois Lane. This is a fun article. Look at Superman. I want to get back to that later. Superman striking for climate change. That's a fun side story we can get into here. After just 18 issues. No, I read that already. John has not been excommunicated, however, from the DC universe. Well, thank goodness. You're out. However, the company said that they are currently working on a new miniseries with him set to hit the shelves next March. So not cancelled then. Tom Taylor. I don't know. You guys let me know, be the judge. DC made the announcement during Comic-Con in New York on Saturday. Superman, Son of Kal-El will end with issue 18. They said, reassuring the fans that writer Tom Taylor and artist Clayton Henry will be telling new John Kent stories in Adventures of Superman John Kent. Okay, so there was a comic book series. Did they say when it launched that it would be only 18 issues? Or did they say, look, we have a new series now. This is a new thing. It's, like that's what happens in comic books mostly. Things are popular, they continue on. Some of these series got up to hundreds and hundreds. Some of them got up to over thousands. But there's a new, don't worry, he's not gone. There's a new 6-issue mini series. Just 6 issues? Is that so it isn't ongoing. I mean, they're going to be doing another small thing with it, but it doesn't sound like they're all in to me. It doesn't sound like they're really pinning their hopes on this John Kent character, who, as we can see here, don't worry, he's still bisexual. Moving forward, he will still be bisexual. Very important to point that out. This is it any wonder? Is anyone surprised when you make a character just about the sexuality of that character? Anyway, we've beaten that drum 1,000 times. Taylor noted he couldn't be more excited for John Kent to headline the iconic Adventures of Superman. Yeah, but it's a 6-issue mini series, Tom. I mean, be excited. Absolutely. I think everyone should be enthusiastic and excited about the projects that they're working on, but it's not as if we're not moving the series from here to here. We're ending that series and then we're just going to do a little mini series. There's 6 issues. That's 20 odd pages each. What are we talking about here? 120 pages of comic planned to come out next March. DC's decision, says Tom, was a real testament to the fantastic response of fans to John as Superman. So the fact the book ends cancelled, according to everyone except Tom Taylor, and now we're going to do a mini series that's only going to be 6 issues, and that's the testament to the fantastic response. Well, according to Daily Mail, however, the Son of Superman hasn't exactly lived up to Dad's fanfare. When the first issue of Superman, Son of Kal-El hit shelves in 2021 July, it sold. Can we put a just? I know you got a just later. Can we put it just sold 68,000. That's like borderline cancellation numbers in the industry, isn't it? Or is that all out the window now? I mean, that used to be you have a failed book, and that's the first book. 68,000 is, for all the fanfare that book got, that's abysmally low, isn't it? What do I know? But by September 2022, sales had dipped to now is a real just 34,000. I mean, that's abysmal territory for a Superman book with all the fanfare, with all the media going around it. And Tom Taylor, he's a pretty big deal, isn't he? Over at DC. Conversely, when the original Superman series was brought back in 2018, the first issue sold 100. I like this. They're celebrating 133,000 copies. They probably sell that many copies of manga in a day around the world. That's, yeah, even that number is not for these characters, these, you know, iconic massive characters. You'd at least be hoping for 200, 300,000. And I know these things used to sell millions, but that was a different time entirely. I like this. I like how it ends here, this article. Former Superman actor Dean Cain accused DC of bandwagoning, citing all the other superheroes that had come out as gay in the previous months. Yeah, if you haven't been paying attention, almost everyone either is gay. I'm going to say almost. Every character in Marvel and DC is either gay or has a gay multiverse equivalent. So just like Peter Parker isn't gay, but they have a gay spider character. You know, Wolverine, I think, is coming out as gay. Even Bruce Wayne, it's getting ambiguous. Like, they are just going nuts with this. So he points it out. Dean says, you know, I don't think it's bold or brave or some crazy new direction. Brave would have been fighting for the rights of gay people in Iran. Oof. Based Dean Cain dropping it down. Yeah, I want to come back to this. This climate change. I'm sorry, it just makes me laugh. Is that friggin' what? This came out a while ago, and look, you got Superman here on a school strike for climate justice, while there's this giant kraken about to kill them. Everything about this is just wrong-headed. Everything about this is putting politics and silly, stupid, dumb, laughable, cringy politics in front of story. This isn't a real character. This is an avatar. This is an avatar for the writer, a voice piece, a mouthpiece, a platform for the writer to come on and do his thing. Because Superman could, if Superman were real, he could fix climate change personally. If he was so inclined, he could do that. He can turn back time. He can do things. He has cold breath. He could just cool down the air. He could cool down the seas. He could do anything. Maybe he could move Earth back a little bit, cool us down, and then we get too cold. He could move us closer back to the. He could. That's what I'm saying. And one thing he wouldn't do, I wouldn't imagine, is hold a climate change rally on a rusty old pier that's about to fall over in front of a kraken that's about to kill all these kids. Nothing about this makes sense. But then again, nothing about the this whole school kids climate rally thing makes sense. This is the kind of people that Superman is throwing his lot in with here.
Am I allowed to go to Fiji? Is that necessary?
In the current climate crisis, I don't think that that's necessary.
When was the last time you were on a plane?
I'm not sure. Maybe a few months ago, to be honest.
Where'd you go?
Fiji.
Izzy! Izzy! Don't you care about the climate, Izzy?
Yay, Superman. There's a fun tweet here from Sierra Whiskey. So here's the Daily Mail saying the same thing. You know, DC cancelled, Kal-El coming out and fighting for climate change deniers, against climate change deniers after just 18 issues, plummeting sales. Here is Tom Taylor, the writer. No, sorry, Sky News Australia, not cancelled. Not cancelled, actually. John Kent's solo title is being renamed Adventures of Superman. I don't know what for some reason he's leaving out that's did I read that wrong? Am I wrong? Let's go back up here. Where the hell is it? Where is it here? It's a new 6-issue miniseries called Adventures of Superman. Am I taking crazy pills here? Where the hell am I? Here I am. Yeah. So John has an iconic Superman series to himself to include his name in the title, but it's a 6-issue miniseries. As for sales, let's check. The #1 selling comic is on Amazon right now. Oh, Superman #1. Is that true? Is that true right now? I went to Amazon. Sierra Whiskey also pointed this out. No, it's actually Sandman Act 2. Let's scroll down. I mean, we're looking here. Okay, we're past the 10s. It's still not here. We continue on. There's Amazing Spider-Man, more Sandman. There's a Batman, Invincibles. We're getting into the 20s now, into the 30s. I'm not seeing it. Oh, there's Chainsaw Man. That's always pretty popular. And oh, here he is, number 43, Tom Taylor. Yeah, 43 is not as 43 is decent, and it's not number one though. So, Tom,
why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
Why are they I had to. Why are they doing this? What is going on here? Here's a tweet from Ethan. Rich Johnson admits that gay Superman was indeed cancelled, Tom Taylor, and is super mad. He cries about it and complains that Damian Robin was also cancelled for low sales, but Comicsgate didn't laugh about that. Well, that's because no one is lying about its sales. Here's the article he's talking about here from Rich Johnson on Bleeding Cool. Yeah, he says it's right here. The series is being cancelled and replaced by a mini series. That is not a replacement. You don't replace a series with a one-off thing that's only going to last a few months. You guys are still doing it. And yeah, none of this made any sense to me. Because here's why they're always lying, because it's right here. The usual YouTube mini brains who denigrate it. See, that's why they're lying, because they know this is terrible. It's a terrible look. It's a terrible image for the whole let's make everyone in comic books gay thing. It's been completely rejected by the fans. And so they can't bring themselves to admit that this is not a good situation. Going from an ongoing series to a mini series, to a 6-issue mini series, is not the win that they hope it is. And they know that, yeah, people like me, or more importantly, people like Ethan and all the other bigger YouTubers are going to point this out and laugh at it. This is not like a standalone thing. This is part of a greater context here. We talked about this on this channel, the Bros thing. Now, with the Bros movie that was a massive flop, was an issue of estimating how many people are going to be interested in this kind of content. So there's all sorts of reasons why these things don't go well. In this instance, they just thought that more people would be interested in seeing this, who just really weren't ever going to be. I encourage people, if you want to make gay content, go out there, make gay content, full steam ahead, but understand that you might have a limited market depending on how you make it, especially if you make it about the whole thing, the whole marketing plan. This is all really LGBTQ, you use that moniker, and it's all about being gay, as opposed to this is a person who's doing something really cool and interesting and fun. They happen to be gay. It's not a really big part of it, but whatever. It's like you don't see characters who happen to be straight. Their stories are not all about them being straight and what it's like to be straight and everything. That would be uninteresting and pointless. Then there's also things like Sandman, which still to this day hasn't received a season 2, and this is more of a situation closer to what we've got with Jonathan Kent, where characters are part of a larger movement to insert homosexuality into stories that where previously didn't exist, and a lot of times in proportions that it makes it look like there's a real clear agenda attached to it. People don't want agendas in their story. They want real characters. We've talked about this before. They don't want to feel like a character is supposed to be an avatar for gay people. And I think that's what a lot of what is going on here. This isn't just, oh, Jonathan Kent is gay. He's supposed to represent gays. He's supposed to be gays. These are not characters that anyone wants to make any kind of attachment to, because they don't feel like they are real people. So there's all sorts of issues here. And last but not least, I want to point this out. This isn't the first time this has even happened. This has been going on for years now. Here's an article from 2017. Marvel cancels titles with career representation, Generation X, Iceman, America, and more. It just keeps going on and on and on. And every time they do it, it's the first new gay character. This is the first time we've ever done it. And then they cancel it and they come back and they do it again a year later. It's tired. It's silly. It's pointless. And it's going to continue on. It's going to continue on because don't worry. Don't you worry, everyone. Jonathan Kent was not canceled. He's going to continue on in his iconic new 6-issue miniseries that will be around in a year's time. And then who knows what after that. Tell us what you think in the comments below. We're interested to hear, like, why are they lying? Why can't they admit that maybe there isn't as much appeal, there isn't as much interest in what they're doing here than they make out that there is? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, guys, please do give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, becoming a member. Oh, get the bell on as well. The notifications really do help out. I will see you on the next video. All right, bye.